this video, we're looking at easy beginner-level fingerstyle tabs for Greensleeves, or What Child Is This? I have two separate arrangements for you. One is for low G tuning and the other is for high G tuning, and they're both beginner level. So let's start with a demo of both arrangements. First low G and then high G, and then we'll move into our tutorial. If you're enjoying these arrangements, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, then welcome. I'm Lara. I'm a musician, a composer, and a ukulele teacher, and I hope you have fun exploring my channel, my song tutorials, and my arrangements. If you'd like to download the tabs for these arrangements, you'll find them on my Patreon page, as well as tabs for all of the arrangements that I've shared on my channel. The link is down below in the video description. Next, in our tutorial, we'll walk through both the low G and high G arrangements, covering the rhythm and how to play the notes step by step. First, let's take a look at the time signature that applies to both versions. Now for both the low G and high G arrangements, the time signature is 6/8 time, which means that every measure consists of 6/8 notes, or 3/4 notes. So the rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you'd like to use a metronome, you can set it at 140 beats per minute to have 6 beats per measure, or you could set it at 70 beats per minute, where each beat represents a quarter note, so you'll have 3 beats per measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now let's take a look at measures 1 through 5. First, I'm going to play through these measures, counting out the rhythm at a slow tempo. Now keep in mind that our first note at the end of measure 1 is on beat 6. So here's how we count out the first 5 measures. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We start this arrangement with a partial E minor chord. Here we have our ring finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string and our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Our first note will be the 3rd string, and then in measure 2 we're going to play strings 2 and 3 together. Then we go to the open 1st string, then the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, back to the 2nd fret, and then in measure 3 we play the open 1st string, and then the 2nd fret of strings 2 and then 3. Here I'm using my index and middle fingers to play these notes. And then we go to the open 2nd string, and then the 2nd fret of the 2nd string to end measure 3. In measure 4, we go back to our partial E minor chord to pick strings 2 and 3, pick the open second string, and then the open second and third strings together, then the third fret of the third string, then the open second string, and then we play the second fret of the second string, followed by the fourth fret of the fourth string using our ring finger, and then we finish measure 5 by playing the open second string. Measures 6 and 7 are played the exact same way as measures 2 and 3. So now let's take a look at measures 8 and 9. Here's how we count the rhythm at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We start measure 8 once again on our partial E minor chord, playing strings 2 and 3 together. Then we play the second fret of the second string, then the open second string, and now we're going to the third fret of the third string with our ring finger, then the first fret of the third string with our index finger, then right back to the third fret, and in measure 9 we're going to play the open fourth and second strings together, followed by just the open second string. Now let's look at the rhythm for measures 10 through 13 at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We start measure 10 on the 5th fret of the first string with our pinky. We'll play this note twice. Then we go to the 3rd fret, and then the 2nd fret. And now measures 11 and 12 are played the same way as measures 3 and 4. For measure 13, we're going to form a partial B chord. So here we have our index finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and ring finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string. We'll play strings 2, then 3, and then 4. Now for the final 4 measures, measure 14 is played the same way as measure 10, and measures 15, 16, and 17 are played the same way as measures 7, 8, and 9. So here's how we count out the final 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's take a close look at our high G arrangement, how to count the rhythm and play the notes. So let's start with measures 1 through 5. Now at the end of measure 1, our first note is on beat 6. So here's how we count measures 1 through 5 at a slow tempo. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to play measures 1 through 5, we're starting at the end of measure 1 with the open first string. Then in measure 2, we'll place our index finger on the 3rd fret of the first string to play strings 1 and 2 together. Then we'll go to the 5th fret, 7th fret, up to the 8th fret with our pinky, then back to the 7th fret to finish measure 2. Then in measure 3 we'll go down to the 5th fret, then down to the 2nd fret, and then we go to the 2nd string, 3rd fret with our middle finger, then back to the open 1st string, and then to the 2nd fret of the 1st string to finish measure 3. In measure 4, we'll place our middle finger down on the 3rd fret of the 1st string to play strings 1 and 2 together. Then we play the open 1st string twice, and then we use our ring finger to play the 4th fret of the 2nd string. Then we go back to the open 1st string, and in measure 5, we'll place our index finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string to play strings 1 and 2 together. And then we're going to play the 4th fret of the 3rd string with our ring finger. And we finish measure 5 back on the open 1st string. Measures 6 and 7 are played the exact same way as measures 2 and 3. Now let's look at how to count measures 8 and 9 at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're starting measure 8 with our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, picking strings 1 and 2 together. Then we'll play the 2nd fret of the 1st string, followed by the open 1st string, and then we go to the 4th fret of the 2nd string using our ring finger, then the 2nd fret of the 4th string with our index finger, and then back to the 4th fret. In measure 9, we're going to pick all 4 strings on an A minor chord, and here we're using our index finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Then we'll finish measure 9 by picking only the open 1st string. Now let's look at the rhythm of measures 10 through 13 at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're starting measure 10 with our pinky on the 10th fret of the 1st string. We'll pick strings 1 and 2 together, and then just the 1st string. Then we'll go to the 8th fret, and then the 7th fret. And now measures 11 and 12 are played the same way as measures 3 and 4. Now in measure 13, we're going to play the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and then we'll place our middle and ring fingers on the 4th fret of strings 2 and 3 to play the 2nd string, and then the 3rd string. Now for the final 4 measures, measure 14 is played the same way as measure 10, and measures 15, 16, and 17 are played the same way as measures 7, 8, and 9. So here's how we count out the final 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For more of my tutorials on Christmas and holiday songs, see this playlist here. Have fun practicing. Thanks for watching, and happy holidays.